It's May 1st, 2022, and this is Teenie, our toilet paper bin. I've already fluffed the rest of it here. The castings, vermicompost, looking lovely and fluffy, proceeding along really smoothly. This corn cob's worked its way up to the front. I like to put the larger pieces over here, so I'm going to try to create a little bit of a valley so I can turn over. Oops, I'm starting to dig up toilet paper so that I can turn over the larger elements of the bin without turning them all into my bit that I'm trying to finish up. So there's another bit of toilet paper that is kind of a little bit over. All right, so now let's turn this over and see what we're facing here. This bin is outside in Victoria, British Columbia. It has a tiny bit of supplemental heat still added to it because our nighttime temperatures. Oh, I see a cocoon right there. There's a cocoon right at my fingertip. So nighttime temperatures, they're still a bit cold for my plants even. It's a late warming up this year. Daytime temps are fine, but nighttime we're still going down to about 6 degrees. Some nights. All right, I'd like it to be over 10 degrees before I stop with the supplemental heat. So here again is the toilet paper remnants. They have that characteristic bright yellow color, but the worms are in them. And I have to believe, well, they are diminishing in size. The worms are doing a good job getting to this, but as a carbon source, you have to wonder, it has stuck around a long time. So as much as the worms enjoy it, probably because it was infused with so many microbial juices, the worms love it. There they are. But it's not disappearing as quickly as a paper towel would have, or any other type of white paper, office paper. Even sometimes there's scraps of toilet paper itself on a toilet paper roll. When you put an empty toilet paper roll, I've never seen anything like this, that it sticks around. But this compressed toilet paper, it was so dense with juices. Is that another cocoon? No, I think that's just, is that a cocoon? No, I think that might be a bulging clitellum with a cocoon in it, actually. Those little yellow tails often fool me as being cocoons when they're not. But yeah, lots of worms in the toilet paper, but not a lot of disappearance. So we'll make the stash of toilet paper again on this far side of the bin, along with other large items. Here's our mussel shell that found its way into Teenie. I can't, oops, there's a worm on my fingers, have to be careful. I can't get my fingernail in it, although if you look, there is a slight gap in the shell, so I have zero doubt there's a worm in there. It'll be interesting when that opens to see what's inside, if anything left of the original mussel. A little bit more toilet paper scraps. Everywhere I see toilet paper scraps, I see worms. So, like I said, this bin is, probably about 3.5 months into this set of bedding. I'm migrating the larger chunks over to this side with the toilet paper, which I have done for a couple of harvests now, because that toilet paper has been around since last summer and it is now May. So I will look back and put in the description, or I'll put as an image on top of this video, when I added the toilet paper whole roll to this bin. It was a long time ago though, so it has hung around much longer than any other type of paper. So I'm just peeling back a little bit, and I'm going to feed in this area one more time. I'll ask my cameraman to hand me the food that we brought out. It's hard to, there we are, peel back maybe some of this bedding. Here's some of our food. Just make sure there's no worms on my fingers. So here, I'll give a paper towel. So this will be interesting. I will give a paper towel at the end of this, and we'll watch how that does in comparison to the toilet paper. So a little bit more food. A lot of this is pulverized tea leaves. There's grit in there. You can see a lot of the eggshells. So there's more, I drink loose tea, so there's loose tea leaves. So I will just take this paper towel, and it may be difficult to differentiate it from the toilet paper, but hopefully not. This is on the top and not in that corner where the toilet paper was. Anyway, so that is Teenie fed up for this week. We probably won't check in again with this bin for at least 10 days. So the worms will be fine, and maybe we'll see some progress with another infusion of food on Teenie. I'd like to say that the worms will finally be victorious in eating that toilet paper. All right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye. This is a follow-up to Teenie on May 1st. We've now looked at the other bins, and what we always do is we do the snakes and ladders, where we take the worms from the bottommost tier, the leachate tray, or the collection tray, whatever. We take those worms and we gather them up as best we can. Obviously, we don't get all of them. And we fluff the little bit of bedding down there, and we actually even gave them some food. But we move a whole bunch of them up top, snakes and ladders, so they can start their trip downward again. And Teenie is the lucky recipient today. So over they go. Oh, one left on the tray here. There we go. So here are the worms that will now, well, hopefully they'll explore Teenie a little bit before they decide to go all the way back down to their basement habitat. There they go. Try to pick up just vermicast that is well on its way to being processed from the bottom, but we often get these leaf stems and whatnot because that's typically the bedding that we use down there, is just dry leaves that obviously will collect the moisture that may drip down. So the bottom tray is often leaves. So the vermicast that comes up with these worms sometimes have these leaf stems along with, because we tend to grab the worms in small bundles. So yeah, there's some leaf stems and whatnot, debris that comes along for the ride, but lots of worms. Lots of worms. And they will then do some good work for Teenie, and hopefully this bin will be closer to harvesting with the next check-in, which will be 10 days from now. Okay, take care, everyone.